this is Alex. We decided to release our Patreon episode from last week as the main feed episode this week because it was just super fun. We wanted to share it with everybody. We are also releasing a 2+ hour long episode on the Patreon today with YouTuber Jawbry, Jonathan, who appeared on the VTuber episode. The episode's about family vloggers. It is super fun. It is super bleak. You can check that out at patreon.com/westernkabuki. Okay, thanks a lot. All right, I've got my seltzer right up to the microphone. Let's see how it goes. Did you hear it? All right.
It's juicy. All right, now we're premium. Now we're in the premium. And funny enough, we're actually in the halfway point of the first round here. So this one is a reply to a to a tweet that has since been deleted. The tweet was originally from the Bon Appetit magazine Test Kitchen, which has a TikTok channel or TikTok account. Is it a channel? I don't know. And a YouTube channel. And they made a dish where one of the ingredients was saltine crackers. And this woman replied, "First they did top ramen, now saltines. What malnourishing poverty meal will they fetishize without acknowledging the human beings trying to survive on such garbage next? I'm on the edge of my seat."
What is she? Okay, so what I found particularly, I found the other awful tweet, by the way.
Great.
What I found remarkable about this tweet and this woman in general, because if you look at her profile, she's just another one of those she did a 23andMe and to do basically race science and say how she was related to Elon Musk and all these famous people and stuff like that. She's fucking crazy.
She's the only person who's 100% German.
and her profile pictures are all clearly AI generated, which means she is taking 50 million pictures of herself and just feeding it into an image model.
Sinister vibes going on here.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So just, I don't really understand what she's trying to say, other than they're gentrifying saltines, but then you call them garbage. You're insulting the. I don't understand what point you're trying to make, but you're mad, and I really love that vibe when you're just pissed off, but I can't figure out why.
I think it's a beautiful thing that someone's gentrifying these crackers personally.
Yeah.
But
they're fucking gentrifying saltines.
Yeah, it's about goddamn time. But no, I think it's weird because I think it would kill her to eat. Do you know what spread is?
Spread?
Yeah.
No.
It's little
Sounds ominous.
Little Marcos lore. My dad was went to prison and was high key institutionalized, and when he came out, he essentially raised me like I was inside, I was his son and his celly, right? So he used to have spread days, which were when he would take top ramen noodles, crackers, pretty much all the things you can buy in a commissary. Yeah, you know spread. Yeah. Everything you buy in a commissary and then boil it, and that shit's good.
Holy shit!
It's fucking ramen seasoning, meat sticks and shit.
It sounds like ass.
Oh, okay. That does actually sound good because
I would
it's
try
salty and that'd
salty,
be good.
It's meaty.
I would absolutely try that.
I think if she was in the same room as spread, she'd have the cop fentanyl reaction.
She would die. It would explode. The my dad's spread recipe for the people who are interested. It's top ramen noodles, chili beans, lots of meat, cut up hot dogs. You take, what are those called? Cheetos, the hot Cheetos. And just a bunch of, whatever, crackers, and you crumple it all up and you put it on top as so it's crunchy and it's delicious. But if she saw that, it would kill her because it's poverty food, but it's more than poverty food. It's you shouldn't.
That's
I
a
don't know.
poverty like lifestyle, bro.
Yeah,
like that's a commitment.
A poverty of spirit food.
Her. I guess she just wants people to eat just like raw crackers with, you know what I mean? Like, don't you
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
understand?
these are just crackers. Like,
Yeah.
come on, it's
It's
That,
an ingredient.
big of a deal.
It's an
Yeah.
By the way,
ingredient.
yeah.
Make food with it.
Recipe that she was responding to, and the person who also, this is another funny story. The person that reposted that video is like a TikToker or whatever, and like does gourmet travel cooking stuff, guest appearances, whatever, blah blah blah. They also he also on his website will sell you a single bottle of hot sauce for $80.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
That's
on,
so
dude.
good. And
Yeah,
that's
gourmet
an
hot sauce.
absurd amount of money. An absurd amount of money.
Yeah, it's obscene. It's the whole thing was just like the people that were responding to this or whatever that are somehow outraged, and then like that guy, not her, but the guy ended up like basically because a bunch of people were making fun of him because his initial tweet was pretty ridiculous as well.
Yeah.
And he just basically, I don't know, it turned into a whole thing. Somehow like race stuff got involved and I checked out. But yeah, that was a fun day on Twitter. I'll put it that way. But the original recipe is not new. It's been around forever. Like essentially baking saltines with some sort of glaze or something. Like we used to, I mean, that's not, anyway, just for whatever.
That and a can of cream of mushroom soup, and you've got basically every ingredient you need to cook.
One of the things that I actually like find a lot, like I see it a lot, is people who've never like been a paycheck away from, you know, being homeless, right? The way that they see like poverty food is that they want you to not enjoy it, because in their minds, the way that they see it, it's like, well, if it's good, then they'll want to be poor. They'll want to stay poor.
I think it's even worse.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's like a noble savage thing.
Yeah, it's
like,
that's
don't
exactly what it is, like
destroy-
fetishizing it.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
destroy
yeah.
their beautiful culture of saltines and top ramen.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's psychotic. It's a crazy, that's a
Fucking
crazy person.
shit, dude. Yeah, we were fucking poor growing up, and I definitely had the baked saltines. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. Like,
Yeah,
not
if
a
she
big
had
deal.
spread, it would kill her.
It would kill her immediately.
She would develop
explode.
like
She
yeah.
she would know how to handle it.
She would. What would happen to her would be like in Indiana Jones when the Nazis' face melted if she tried spread.
She would get like type 4 diabetes. She'd skip. You know what I'm saying? Like it would just
be a whole new version.
yeah.
All right, Caleb, give us the
Okay.
tweet that is going to defeat the gentrifying saltines.
Yeah, this is going to destroy it. This was actually submitted by a listener, Spider Jerusalem, George Orwell 42. Okay, it's unfortunately you can't see the tweet that he's responding to, but it's a question about sex, and I think it was like, why are women like not getting pregnant as often as they were or something. I tried to find it before, but I couldn't. Anyway, so it's a question about fertility, because all the greatest discourse on Twitter lately is about fertility, and that's where we're at. It's a thread, so I'm going to start with the first one, and he's responding. When men have sex with women, their pre-cum has chemicals and hormones that also release, permanently marking the inside of her, where the then marked spots produce spermicide to kill all genetic material that is not from the man who left the original spots. Next tweet. Also, this I'm trying really hard because it's very poorly constructed tweets. Then every man who has sex with her after leaves the entire canal filled with these. One of the side effects is that it alters sperm to resemble the man who left the specific trap inside of her. And this prevents pair bonding after 5 to 15 events. After age 50, a woman may never become pregnant again. Like sterilization. Anyway, it's like fucking 10 tweets of him explaining how if you're dropping big loads into a lady, she's not going to get pregnant.
Doesn't even need to be big loads. Doesn't even need to be big loads.
It's the pre-cum. That's all it needs to be.
Yeah, it's true. It's the pre-cum. Yeah, it's not even loads.
Don't get crazy. The loads
but
can
then-
be perfectly average.
See, what I want to know is, how do people like this exist? What compels like this? This has got to be some like 55-year-old dude. He
Yes.
logs online. He's like, I have this theory. Where does this theory come from? Because
The
there's,
lady.
This is
there's no way he researched this. This
this
doesn't
is a
come
type
from
of
anywhere.
guy. Yeah, it's the Metaclit. It's the Metaclit.
But for dudes, yeah.
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 It is this is a type of guy that just is out there.
Yeah, they walk among us, dude. They
Yeah,
walk.
like
They're like
guy who
Hoteps,
has
but for
theories.
cum teps.
but not even just cum. It's just like whatever. I remember this book I read once about like a quantum physicist who was having like trouble with a something or other or whatever, and somebody like reached out and said they could help, and it turned out to just be an insane man who had written like thousands of pages on his own theories about like quantum physics. Just
okay, so that's what this guy is for the record.
I can't hate on these types of guys because I'm kind of that guy. You know what
I was gonna say this guy might be in the homie chat.
Yeah, for real. He easily could be in the Ain't Shit show. Like I want to reach out to him, see if he'll come through.
I'm not gonna say his but I'm looking at it right now. Anyway, he goes on to finish the thread by essentially saying that the more times that pre-cum enters a woman, then she will be infertile, and if she does give birth, that the babies will be deformed or have chances of developmental disabilities.
Oh my God.
Fucking crazy.
Which is partially true about like people who have children when they're older, but it's not because of the pre-cum.
Yeah, it's not the
putting its
pre-cum.
cum magic on you.
It's like
the scented
midichlorians.
pre-cum.
Do you?
Yeah, midichlorians, dog.
They're like
That's how.
implanted
Yeah,
in
that's
you.
how. Like instead of body count, like if you've gotten a bunch of loads in you, you should just talk about your midichlorian level. That's it.
I got like psyoped into like blowing dudes like when I was younger, like when I was like 18, 19, because someone had said that like there's like you can absorb testosterone. Right, and I was like legitimately trying to like get buffer. Like that was
It's like the reverse nofap.
Yeah. And like so, like I was legitimately, and like this is the type I can't hate on this guy because I kind of did it to myself. I would never talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Like I am on a podcast right now, but I would never say it out loud at the time because it's a psychopathic thing to do, to be on Craigslist all night being like, yo, look, I'm not gay, but I will suck you off. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy.
I'm just
I
trying
need
to
those
get ripped.
gains, dog.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to get jacked. Dude. There's a testosterone booster in your nut. You know what I'm saying?
That's a thing that. So I don't anymore. I'm so out of shape. But I used to go to the gym a lot, and that was actually a thing that dudes used to say. Like they would, if they jacked off, they would ingest their own cum. Like that's not like
Recycling,
a one-off
yeah.
thing. Yeah, that's it. I don't think it's true.
It's not. There's no way.
Yeah.
It's such a minuscule amount of like
Eating a single peanut probably gives you more protein.
Yeah,
just
and
a
it's not
single
even-
peanut.
It's not even
Yeah, I
protein
don't know.
that they're after. They're after like testosterone, which does not. I'm positive. Like no one's nutting test. Like maybe dudes who are like on 13 cycles of anabolics or something are nutting straight testosterone, but I don't think anyone else is. Do you know what I mean? That's a psychotic thing.
Yeah, I very much not sure. I need to be clear. I was being a little cagey about it because I have clearly not researched it. But yeah, that's not real. Not real.
No, yeah, you don't want to. Well, if you want to drink cum, it's fine, but it's not
Yeah.
really going to provide you any health benefits beyond what you would
At
already
the moment, I was
want.
like, actually, I think I'm just gay. That made things started to make more sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, feel free to I mean, yeah, drink it, but yeah, you're not going to get ripped.
Yeah, exactly.
But go ahead, live your life.
Yeah, it's none of my fucking business, man. Anyway, I'm gonna go between those two. The pre-cum thing is insane. Man, I'm gonna split on this one. I'm gonna pass. I'll come back to it. I'll be the
I think
tiebreaker.
pre-cum. What do you guys think?
I'm just thinking.
I think saltines is crazy.
Yeah, there's something about the saltine, like, and just thinking back to that discourse, and I don't know, that one was just like a truly fun discourse, and the genetic pre-cum one is really great too. But I feel like there is just something about the gentrifying saltines in particular. I don't know. There's just something magical about that. Like saltines of all foods to like complain about gentrifying, saltine crackers, you can buy those for like 99 cents. That's like one of the foods you can still get for 99 cents in this world.
Yeah.
Like
There's
come
a
on.
whimsy. There's like kind of a racist whimsy to it that I like.
Yeah.
All right, so Alex, what are you thinking?
Oh man, I'm the tiebreaker on this one. I think. I think I'm going with saltines on this.
Okay.
Damn, nice.
It encompasses a really fucking wild worldview, and I feel like I feel like that's why I suppose that the pre-cum one does too, but
The pre-cum guy is just one crazy guy, though. The Saltines thing is like a mindset that is permeating.
And she was
like,
definitely not the only one who said, like, that was not the only gentrifying Saltines tweet. That was just the one we picked.
I feel like white enough that I can imagine family members saying something along those lines about the Saltine thing.
Okay,
it's like a good liberal. It's like a good liberal thing to say.
My whole family is like very standard bearer liberals, and I can totally imagine like my Uncle Pete being like, yeah, they took saltines away from the poor people. So
it's so funny because I can
poor
imagine
people can't afford vegetable oil and like fucking seasoning, right?
I can imagine my uncles being like, actually, if you nut in her too hard, like she'll never have a baby again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so funny that we just come from such different like walks of life.
It's like, no, you're thinking of dolphins, not humans.
They're both really good. Like they're pretty equal in terms of like just quality. It's a really tough one. Like I love them both. Is the hard thing with this one.
Yeah, I'm going with Saltines too. I decided. So
all right, so Saltines wins, I guess.
Dark horse.
Thank you for the submission, though. By the way,
what's that?
Oh, to the listener who sent that in. Thank you for the submission.
Oh yes, absolutely. Thank you. The next two are both Juniper tweets that she selected, not ones that she made.
All right.
So Juniper, you want to tell us what we got going on here with this first one that I called the Trans Nuremberg?
Yeah, so this one is incredible. So this guy is no longer on Twitter last I checked, so I'm not even going to read the ad or anything. It's not important. He deleted his entire account. So it's one of those like Haas, like you guys know who Haas is, right? Like the patriotic socialist type crowd. This is one of those guys.
Pro-Russia guys who call themselves leftists.
Yeah, and they believe they're basically reactionaries. They angle to try to get on Tucker Carlson, but they're totally socialists. Believe us, it's like that type of person.
Also, a different kind of psyop. And I wanted to point out real quick. We won't read the at, but his name is Stannis, who you may remember from Game of Thrones for burning his daughter alive and being a really cool dude.
Oh, fuck. See, I never watched that show. I didn't know that lore.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
There's like a Reddit thing, and it's true, because like the Stannis character in the books is like much better than the show, and they kind of ruined him. So there's like this like Stannis truther thing among the most insufferable kind of nerd, and I'm assuming that's what this guy is.
I would assume that as well. I have also been in those circles, and I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
He sounds like this kind of guy. So he's
probably said the phrase "Stannis the Manus" in real life at one point.
No, no.
Yeah, dude. Those people also walk among us. They're everywhere.
No. All right. So this tweet. So there's two tweets. First one is spot the difference. Impossible. The picture on the left is a like Nazi march, like from Germany, Nazi Germany, like 1940s, like straight up Nazi shit. The picture on the right is a pro-trans march. So the implication is that trans people are just as bad or worse than like Nazis from Nazi Germany. And then there was a follow-up a couple days after that. It might have been the next day. It was just like a day after. Due to my recent tweets, someone found my girlfriend and showed her all of my comments. So now I am heartbroken and single again. I will be taking a break. Hope you all had your fun. And then a day after that, he deleted his account entirely.
Very cool.
Yeah, love this story.
I think so also cool to get owned and then walk away from. Just be like, I think I'm done here.
Actually, you're owned, actually.
I think he also got fired from his job. Like somebody, like I think his like girlfriend like ruined his life too. I don't have a tweet of that. But this dude basically is like, oh yeah, trans people are Nazis. Also, my life is completely ruined.
Yeah. So weird how that seems to be happening more and more. Like the people that get obsessed with this no longer have contact with their families.
Yeah.
Lose their relationships. Just must be a coincidence.
Pretty wild. Pretty weird like correlation there. Yeah. Maybe
it is funny
the
theme. Like we cut the Budweiser thing, even though that's like forefront of so many people's mind right now. It's like we cut it because it's like there's more transphobia we need to talk about. We can't worry about the one-off transphobia thing from the Budweiser Twitter account. We got other transphobia to talk about.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like 70% of like major discourse so far this year is just like different forms of transphobia that have been invented in the last year. Like it's incredible.
My favorite answer to someone that like in my real life said something like they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm a transphobe," and I was like, "Why would you be afraid? Like, you could easily beat someone up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're afraid? That's scary. You know what I'm saying? Like, do they scare you? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
It's a
Why are you
self-own. Yeah, it's a self-own to be like, I'm a transphobe. Like, you're afraid, dude? Like,
Most of us are just hanging out, like browsing Wikipedia about trains.
yeah, homeless.
Like,
Like,
or
yeah,
helicopters.
I mean, yeah, I'm afraid to get my ass whooped and
Paradox
smashed too.
games.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, getting beat down and smashed is embarrassing, but I'm not afraid of it.
Do you know
what I'm
how?
saying?
Do you know that Juniper plays in Smash tournaments? Did you know that before you said that?
No, but I mean, I could assume, right? Listen.
I'm not trying to make stereotypes or anything, but like trans women love Smash Bros. I don't know what
It's not even just trans
women.
women. When my trans homie came out to me and was like, "Yo, I'm trans," I'm like, "So who's your main? Luigi, right?" And they're like, "How did you know?" I'm like, "Fucking say less, dude." You know what I mean?
It's like something. There's not a trans gene, but there is a gene correlation with being interested in Smash and being trans.
It's either Smash or Dark Souls. You got to pick one, and if it's both, you got it's bad. It's gonna happen. It's a matter
It's
of
both
time.
for me.
If it's
both
both,
for
you
me.
also have autism.
Yeah.
There we go. Determined, self-diagnosed right here. Yeah.
So Ivy, my co-host on my podcast, has said that I'm the only dude that she's ever known that's mask to mask trans, because I had to do like HRT because I had like a what you call it, I had a problem with my pituitary gland, and so like I had to take literal like I had to take tests for like a few months to get it regulated, and I was like, this kind of sucks. This is like, it's like being trans, but I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Like being more, I'm just transitioning from a less of a man to more of a man. It's very weird. It's
I remember you
extremely
telling me
strange.
that when I was on your show. That's really funny.
Yeah.
It's definitely an interesting experience. Yeah.
The mask. I'm the first mask. It's it.
MTM.
Hats off to you. Yeah. MTM.
Okay, so we've got another one from Juniper. I think Juniper should also read this one, so none of us have to.
Perfect. Okay, so this one is from one of my like low-key favorite Twitter guys. I've never quote tweeted him because I don't want him to be touched by being like the biggest main character, and he certainly has had moments where he's become a main character because he posts just incredible stuff all the time. But this one is one of my favorite recent ones. So it reads, "I figured out how pro-lifers and pro-choicers can both have their cake and eat it too. Cryonics. The child is removed and frozen. It's neither killed nor brought to term."
Schrodinger's abortion.
Yeah, so this person is suggesting that you surgically remove a woman's like fetus basically and then freeze it like with cryogenics, like just freeze the child for some reason. He doesn't really say why or what it's going to accomplish, but he just thinks it's like it's like the pro-abortion people are getting what they want by just getting rid of a child for some reason, and then the pro-life people get like oh, they're still alive, they're frozen.
Yeah,
This
is a
remarkable
Israel and
tweet to me.
Palestine. Is
This
what I'm
reeks
saying.
of the Grimes. I have a proposition for a communist video. You guys familiar with that?
This is like if the
Classic.
cybersmith was a centrist.
I think we're getting him there. By the way, he has been like really loving some of my tweets recently.
Yeah, you know what? Cybersmith has been. He still won't follow me back. That's fine. But I do see him liking my content more and more and more. So I think that
We're gonna make Cybersmith based.
the Cold War is thawing.
He's going to come around.
So what do we think? Do we think
God damn, these are both
frozen
really good.
abortions, or do we think the trans Nuremberg rally?
I'm going with the trans Nuremberg rally. It's
Same.
too
Yeah.
funny.
I got to go with that one too. Yeah.
The
As much
cryonic
as-
one is really strange, but I think there's a lot of guys like that who are more insane.
Yeah. The Pontifier guy is not necessarily like the most insane guy. He's one of those types of guys that has a thought. It doesn't like think about it too hard. Doesn't like do any research. Doesn't
So
like.
he's not really going with an agenda. He's just fucking freestyle.
That's kind of like
Yeah,
he's
he's
kind of
freestyling.
homie. That's kind of
Yeah.
homie pilled
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Just, hey, whatever comes first, whatever happens, it just hey,
Okay.
How did you
I
take
fuck
it?
with it.
That's the real question. You know what I mean?
Yeah, again, another ink blot test.
Yeah, yeah.
How did you take that?
What does it mean to you? That's cool. I like that.
and that's why I partially love this dude. Is he's just shooting
Okay.
from the hip.
I be sure to send some of his tweets to us in the group chat because I want to keep an eye on this guy. His story is
absolutely
not
a good
over
one.
yet either.
He
I
seems
feel.
like a good one. He seems like a good one.
He's
So he's
amazing.
not going to advance, but the tweet's a good one.
And he will definitely be back. I know. I
He's
can promise
promising.
that.
He's a promising new figure on the scene. I'm going to read the next one because I want to spare you guys from having to say some of these things. This one is called Andrew Tate, half white, half animal.
Oh God, I know what this one is.
From world famous Australian hero, national treasure for the Aussies, Amy Therese. She says, I don't think it's a coincidence that Andrew Tate is half black. He represents a kind of forbidden fruit, hypersexual, half man, half beast, primitive savage who is going to beat you in a fight and rape your womenfolk. And young incels are so effeminate, they're horny for him too. Amy. Amy, can we talk?
Yeah, like
That's
there's
crazy.
so much to unpack with this.
That's
tweet.
crazy that Amy Therese would call anyone a half animal when she's a literal bog witch.
A literal creature.
Yeah, that's
A literal
insane.
fucking creature.
It's
Can I confess something to you guys? This is behind the paywall, so that's fine. Fewer people hear this. I actually gave their Patreon $5 just so I could confirm that she was a real person and not a bit.
can't.
I paid money.
Really? So you wanted to see like if she was just doing it for like the right wing.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I because this was before she ostensibly started off as a leftist, and then she just went straight into she did the weird like friend thing with the fucking little frogs, that Nazi baby shit or whatever.
Oh, friend, yeah, the pay shit, yeah.
Yeah, she started doing that, and then she just went full fash. But ostensibly at one point she was a leftist, and I did during that time. I was like, this has got to be like, how did you, based on the things that you're saying, be at any point were you a committed ideological leftist? So I went and I did, and I actually paid money and I listened to it while the show's been since canceled or whatever. But fucking insane. She actually is this crazy.
I
it's
just can't,
one of those
can't believe it. Like I know that it's probably true, but like it's one of those. It's like one of those H.P. Lovecraft cosmic horrors that's so intense that my brain can't process it. Like I'm incapable of believing that a person like her
You go insane.
exists.
listening to her podcast.
I mean, for those who aren't too familiar with like how she used to be like a Felix Biederman, like a Chapo Trap House reply person. She was like, if you look at some of her old posts, she would post like oh wow, look at this amazing trans person running for like governor in Virginia. Like she would like actually like say all these like leftist.
But then Felix damned the world by not following her back or giving her enough attention.
Classic story of like the reply guy like faltering, where she just went hard
That
right
other
because she was
awful
ignored.
podcast that she was like friends with did the same thing with the other Matt Christman. I think. What was it with the Class Redux Killer guy? What's that podcast called? You know what I'm talking about?
God.
Yeah, Class
those guys.
Redux Killer. Yeah.
Yeah, that was another thing. I remember seeing that. It was like totally was trying to get up Chapo's ass and then didn't get any love, and then they were like, fuck it, I'm a Nazi now.
Yeah, Amy Therese and Class Redux Killer are like the two prime examples of like that kind of Twitter person where they're like leftists until like their favorite parasocial relationship just like kind of ignores them a little bit, and then they just
Doesn't
go
even
full
need to
on
be, like,
It's
fat.
not even
rude or
like
anything.
aesthetically leftist.
Yeah.
It's just my phone friend wasn't nice to me, and now I'm going to become the thing they hate the most to get back at them. Like Eminem stan shit.
If you're one of those guys, just don't be like that with us. We don't
like-
need that. We don't want it. Just don't be like that, please.
I would honestly rather deal with people that just straight up fucking hated my guts and like
When
the
Yaku
people
created her, he straight up broke the mold. He was like, "We're done. This is it. I did it. My most perfect creation." And then
Amy
he took the day
Therese.
off. Yeah,
on the seventh day he rested.
yeah, precise. He never to return. You know what I mean? He was like, "This is it. We're done. We don't got to come back here."
That fucking rules.
So I want us to keep in mind that Amy is a deep well that we can always dip our ladles into.
We could do a multi-part episode on Amy if we really wanted to.
Yeah, so I want us to keep that in mind as I read this next tweet, which I'm going to read both of them on this one. Juniper suggested it. I think Caleb did as well. I wanted to include it as well. We blacked out the @ which I think is very nice because it is, and I have titled this one "Average White Woman." The idea that a woman could be sexually and romantically satisfied by a dog and not need a man is deeply threatening to the patriarchy. That is why misogynist men demonize zoosexuality so much. It threatens to take away their power over women.
I just want to get out in front of this and say that I regret becoming the producer of this show.
Listen, I want to get out in front of this.
Reading tweets about fucking dog fuckers.
I want to get out in front of all this and say that this isn't even the worst thing I've seen this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the trenches of this kind of shit, right? Like,
Zoophile.
Yeah, especially on YouTube, because like I'm a rabbit holer, so like I find one person, not in that way, but I find like
no, but I mean even still, it's like you can really find some real nut
some
jobs
shit,
on there.
yeah, some shit, and I found some shit, and like, but I recognize this tweet, like I talked about this the other day where I said that like I'm the kind of person that you can show me some awful shit. And like, did you see this new type of guy? I'm like, dude, I've been following them for the last 3 years. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's just Jake. Like we know he's in the group chat.
Yeah. Like, yeah, we dated, right? I've been new, right? Like, I recognize her, but like, this bothers me because this person. This isn't even the one that I thought it was, because there's another version of this where they made it racist.
Yeah. The same one. I remember that one. It's a different person, which is like multiple people defending zoophilia by weaponizing like HRSJW language.
Why are we calling it zoophilia?
Bestiality.
Bestiality.
Yeah.
The Bible has a word for what you're describing.
One of those words is in the Bible.
That word is in the Bible.
I just think that there's something so uniquely and deeply cynical about weaponizing that kind of language to like perpetuate fucking a dog. I don't know. That's just
there's
wild.
like one. I don't know if we're talking about the same one, because the one I was talking about was like this woman was talking about how like she bangs her dog and it brings her closer to Wotan. But like,
oh my god,
yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's levels to this shit. There's like, I stare deep enough into the abyss that I not only do I know the abyss is staring back, we hang out, we get brunch. You know what I'm
Marcus,
saying?
I knew
Yeah.
you would be the perfect guy for this episode when I pitched it to the rest of the guys. Like, you are, you like in a way you're a Christ-like figure in that
You're sacrificing.
well that and
sins.
you know, as Jesus famously hung out with the lowest dredges of society.
Yeah,
Marcos
we
is
vibe.
in group chats with like schizophrenic people and dog fuckers.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, listen, I don't do that shit, but you know, hey, live your life. What are you gonna do? Hey.
yeah, it's noble that you are organizing these people through radical homeism.
I'm not going to say live your life to dog fucking.
No,
I'm actually
listen,
going to draw
no.
a pretty
Yeah,
hard line of dog fucking.
I'm saying live your life in the sense of like, I don't want to hear about it. You know what I mean? I'm not this isn't a condoning. This is me being like, hey, you know, maybe don't have animals. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The thing that always stuns me about these type of posts, though, it's like when I go online, I want to like make friends. I want to make people laugh. I want to laugh at my friends' jokes. I want to learn something maybe once in a while. But then there's people like this that will log on and just be like, I'm gonna make the most disgusting thing you've ever said or seen, and you're gonna hate me. You're gonna remember this for the rest of your life because it's just that horrible. Like, what compels these people? I don't get it.
I think about that all the time. Like, this is me being a psychopath, but like, I don't know if there's like a laconic like need to be demonized, which is like what all the transphobes do on like Twitter is like they get off on it. There's like there's almost a sexual
They
aspect
get off
to
on
it.
being evil, basically.
Yeah, Graham
Not even
Linehan is a
evil.
great example. Yeah,
like just being told no by they're being spanked. Like, look, I'm powerful. I'm big and powerful. I make these big decisions. Oh, everyone is spanking my
Gervais,
little bottom on
Ricky
Twitter.
Gervais is a big guy like that too.
Yeah, and doing this kind of performative, you know what I'm saying? Like, because like, I guarantee you that if you met any of these people in real life and they said any of that shit and you fucking punch them in the mouth, they would never say it again. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's an aspect to it where it's all performative. It's like even them being yelled at, the humiliation, there's a fetish to this stuff. But then there's people like this, right? Whose entire, this is the scariest thought, is that this person is saying this stuff because they think they're correct. That's terrifying.
That is very
worse.
scary.
Yeah.
And you could only get this on social media. No one's going to tell you this shit in real life.
Yeah,
no one
precisely.
ever would.
Yeah.
They will only tell you this kind of shit after their manifesto has been released to the police. That's when you'll normally hear these things.
Yeah.
But some of them don't kill people, which is somehow worse.
Yes.
Somehow worse. I remember the fuck. It's happening again. I can't remember things. I'm sorry, friends. Anywho. It's getting late on my end, but that's okay. I still want to finish this. What do we think? White woman having sex with her dog, or Andrew Tate is a beast?
Even though she's a low hanging fruit, but I don't know. Amy,
gotta go
Therese.
Amy?
I'm going Amy all the way.
I gotta go Amy on
Amy.
this one.
Gotta go Amy. I'm gonna go Amy too. All right. These two. Well, actually, one is from me. I'll do one. And the last one, I think Alex should have the honors, because this thing that Alex found, it shook me when he showed it to me. I don't understand. But we'll start with mine. And it reads as follows. What makes you think Joker didn't lead to violence? It's not like they would say, I did this because I saw Joker. Fact. Joker is about an incel trying to violently overthrow society, and it made $1 billion. Fact. A year later, incels tried to violently overthrow society.
Oh, so that's
The through
January
line
6th.
from Joker to J6. I did not see that coming.
I didn't either.
That's
incredible.
the January 6th Joker tweet. Yeah, that is...
That actually stunned me. I didn't think that was the direction I was going to take.
It took
I
me a
think they're
second. I was
right.
like, what the fuck? Yeah.
I think they're right.
No,
Let them.
that's actually true. In my
Yeah, they're
opinion now.
1,000% on the money on that one. I'm gonna give it to them.
No more. Yeah, I can't think too deep about it.
Yeah.
They're right. Yeah.
You fire from the hip. It makes sense if you don't think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Incredible.
Yeah, what a hero that guy. He really, I remember that guy too, because he like dug his fucking heels in, being like, oh, so now you're going to say that all of the J6 rioters got laid then, I guess, huh? It's like, what? It's like, well, you said they're not incels.
That is a wild hill to die on. That's the wildest hill to die on. That is.
Well, I think the funny thing about that is, like, a lot of these people that went to Jan 6 were just like people's parents that were just like kind of bored and just like were looking for something to do, and then they found themselves in the Capitol, like standing by like broken glass, like stealing Nancy Pelosi's papers. It's like a lot of these are like people's parents. Like they probably
January 6th is like in a way a culmination, and it's not like a lot of reasons happen, and I'm obviously just joking here, but it's like the ultimate culmination of when you spend time on the internet finding things to get mad at, and then you finally try to organize, but you don't really know how, and that's what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was like a very suburban outrage type of event. Yeah,
it was a consumer complaint a lot more than it was like a violent revolt.
When white people are upset, they tend to request to speak to the manager. You know what I mean? And that was kind of what January 6th was.
I would like to speak to the manager of this society.
Yeah,
I don't
precisely.
Like this anymore. I would like to send back this society.
Yeah, this society has a fly in it. Can we get another one? I actually wanted the extra crispy society.
So Alex found this thread, and Alex, I'd love to hear how you describe the absolute unhinged beauty that is this thread.
So this thread, I'm sharing the screen. This thread is hard to describe. I don't think that the podcast is necessarily going to do it justice, because
It's a visual tweet.
It is very much a visual tweet. And I say tweet, but it's actually a visual 130 tweets. It says thread. After calling out one shill after... Oh, just so you know, this person says their name is Dr. Simon Godek. They have a long introductory pin thread on their account about how they were banned by Twitter and recently got unbanned by Elon Musk. They tried suing Twitter and they lost. Apparently, this guy.
I'm in a group chat with this guy. I'm not even joking. That's like not even a
No
bit.
way.
Yeah, I am.
Apparently, he's like an anti-vaxxer.
Marcos, this is an intervention. I'm sorry that you.
You really do hang out with the darkness. You're not fucking
Yes,
around, man.
no, not at all. He's in one of the like we have like I'm in this like weird AI porn group chat where they're like trying to
Come
get
on, bro. Come on, bro.
It's not for me. Listen, I got invited into it and it's hilarious. Right?
Yeah, the problem is not the porn. The problem is the people you're hanging out with.
Listen, you think I don't know that? You think I don't know that?
Intervention right here in the
If not me, who? All right, let he who is without, let he
like
who
the
is
Batman
without
for the
bad friends.
Twitter weirdos.
You know what I mean? Judge first.
Marcos bleeds spectacle.
Yeah, seriously. So it says after calling out one shill, he has like a pretty he's an anti-vaxxer. That's why he got banned because of spreading misinformation. He tried suing people, that didn't work.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. It's very funny.
So
Not a doctor.
He made his own
assuming he's also not
hashtag
a
up
doctor.
too.
So
love to hear the hashtag.
This particular thread, it says, thread, after calling out one shill after another for the last few weeks, it's about time to express gratitude to those who fought for our freedom. If it weren't for them, we'd be much closer to a dystopian society. A special note of appreciation. And it has an image that says, thank you, heroes, with exclamation points. There's like a bunch of people who look like they might be scientists. They are facing their backs.
It's AI. It's
their
very
backs are
obviously
to us.
AI.
There are fireworks. Yes, it is AI. What this thread is 130 tweets thanking sort of various online cranks, everyone from Jordan Peterson to Rob Schneider of shitty movie fame, and each one of them has an accompanying AI image of that
This
person
guy spent a lot of money on this
as
thread.
a superhero.
He's mad prolific in that group chat. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The other, I mean, some of the great things about him is that one of the great things about this thread is that half of these people use pseudonyms and avatars. So he made 3D portraits of AI portraits of their avatars. So the first one is Vigilant Fox for clipping videos late into the night, supporting those who've been canceled by big tech for years through follower advice threads. Also, thank you for the way you analyze news and summarize it in a way that's understandable for everyone. It's so bizarre, and all the pictures are so weird.
They're like superheroes.
Yeah, they're all dressed up as superheroes.
Tracy Beans is like a QAnon person.
Yes.
Tracy Beans is very much a QAnon person. Let's see. All of these people, like all the AI super suits that he's got them in look like people put a bunch of tin on top of like
a business suit. Oh my God, it looks like a tie made out of like foil.
Naomi Wolf, who famously is also deeply weird. Dr. Drew.
Oh, gotta have Dr. Drew in there. This is like the Avengers of online cranks.
That's his idea. That's the idea. Oh, there he is.
There's Elon Musk is of course here, and one of the weirdest things about the Elon Musk one is if you zoom in on it, it looks like his left eye has a little extra eye growing underneath it. Like he didn't do a great job with the AI there, but he decided to leave that one in
can
anyway.
see that. Yeah,
And
like
for people who obviously, because this is a visual, we're looking at a lot of pictures. It's not like the really convincing. None of these pictures are like that really convincing. Like Pope.
They're not like the Pope in the
they're
jacket.
terrible.
They do not
These are
look like the Pope in the jacket.
worst. These are horrible. Like they're so obviously just like these were not handmade. Somebody just
every single
generated
one
this
of these,
shit.
I see like a human face, and I'm like, they didn't ask for this.
We've got
Also, they shaved about like 50 pounds off of Gina Carano. Very disrespectful.
Hang tight. Was that Ted the Bear up there?
No,
Did Ted make
it
this
looked like Ted the Bear, but what it is Gummy Bear 737, someone who
So the algorithm just essentially stole Ted the Bear and made it to that.
yes, thank you for being one of the first big accounts that listened to me. Best of luck with your cherry farm. The one that I wanted to highlight is the Rob Schneider one, because at least in all of these, it's like these sort of soft focus pictures of people in armor. Here's Jordan Peterson in a gold suit,
Which looks horrendous.
Amazing.
He looks
Horrendous.
really fucked up.
He looks great. This is the best outfit I've ever seen him in, personally.
He should wear this in real life.
Yeah, that headpiece is kind of sick. He's kind of slick with it, not gonna lie.
Oh, there it is. There it is. You pass it. You pass it.
Yeah, but the thing is that like for some reason Rob Schneider just looks like shit, and he's wearing flannel. And
he's not
in
a superhero.
cornfield.
Yeah, he's in a cornfield. His hairline is looking
Worse than it is in real life. They made
Yeah.
his hairline worse than it is in
They
real
pushed my
life.
man
I
shit
love
back.
this.
He's
He's so unremarkable. Not even AI can make him
Yeah.
look like cool.
He's got a soy face going on. That's the best one.
There are a lot of QAnon people in here.
Look
I
at
did
this.
not know there was
Look,
nobody.
look at this. This is supposed to be Tucker Carlson.
Doesn't even look
That
like
is-
him.
That's
like-
Tucker Carlson?
Yeah,
I thought that was
That
Paul
is
Dano.
not.
That was
That is not.
it does look like
Looks a
Paul
lot more
Dano.
like Paul Dano.
And he
that
gave a
doesn't
big
look like
thanks to
Jimmy
Jimmy
Dore.
Dore.
Jimmy Dore looks like Walter White.
They made they made Gina Carano thinner, and
They
they
got a
made
picture of
Jimmy
me in
Dore
there, dude.
bigger.
I do love the Rob Schneider one. Also, a little bit of bird respecter lore. Rob Schneider was my first celebrity block, so a little personal for me.
nice.
Hell yeah, nice.
Is that Jeff Bezos? No. Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, these are really
this
bad.
This goes on for eternity, and this one
100
does
you said
look a lot like
130?
Pete Buttigieg. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
it's
that looks
100
exactly like Pete Buttigieg. It's not.
No, it's some person I've never heard of. Dr.
Yeah.
Asim Malhotra, for questioning your own beliefs and approaching the topic of COVID with critical perspective.
I love when guys
Oh,
question
and
their
there's
own
Matt
beliefs.
Taibbi,
There he is.
who he looks like he's like the human torch. His like coat is on fire, but he still manages to look like a weird dolphin / thumb.
His face looks like
thread was-
they pumped him up with a bike tire inflator.
It's also funny. This thread was posted a day before the falling out with Matt Taibbi and
Yeah.
Elon Musk, so that he wouldn't
Very
be in
funny.
there if this was like a
No.
day later.
Anyway, it goes on forever. Every image is more horrifying than the last one. It's so delightful.
It's really unsettling seeing a lot of these pictures. The most normal one was the Rob Schneider one, and it's ironically the one that kind of looks like the most shit. It's incredible how bad these are.
the
It's
last
like
guy
worse
looks
from
like
both angles.
Correction, it's 10009. But
the last guy looks like a Clay Morrow from the what is it?
Yeah,
Sons of Anarchy, but like
Anarchy.
light skin, which is crazy. Because that is a white man. There's no such thing as light skin white man.
and then
but
he
I
made
guess-
right at the end he made an evil
Fauci.
evil Fauci, and it says that you don't belong here, but on the soon to be published supervillains list. So we have a whole new
Oh,
batch
boy.
to
Yeah.
look forward to, and I can't wait to
Those
see
are going to go hard.
how
Those are
fucking
going to go
really
really
he's gonna
hard.
make all those
Okay.
weirdos.
Those are gonna
Fauci
go
looks like
hard.
Dalsim. Fauci looks like straight Dalsim. That's actually sick as hell.
That is
One of us has to get in
That's
there.
fucking
Alex, you
rules.
need to make an enemy. You need to become
Yeah.
a supervillain in this guy's thread.
I hope.
Get in there.
I feel
Yo,
like
I'll see if
like
I can talk to him
Marcos could
about
just be
getting
like,
me-
"Hey man, can you put me in your enemies list?"
Yeah,
Oh,
can I get
Marcos,
up
dude.
in there?
Big ups. That would be a
Cannot
come
wait
up.
for that. I cannot wait for that list.
You know what it makes me? It makes me curious because he clearly started running out idea. Yeah, like this princess one here. It's like he clearly started to run out of ideas about how to put like words into this prompt, and I want to know what his porn prompts look at like once he starts running out of ideas.
I think the one that made me laugh the hardest was he misspelled blowjob and he wrote
Yes.
blom job, and it was like a semi passable formed penis getting like inside of a blob, and I was like, this rocks. This is what I'm here to see. This is
That fucking
this
rules.
Get my blom off.
Yeah,
in
getting
here.
blommed off. kind of hot, actually.
I'm shocked I've never seen this dude before.
How many
He's-
dates before you should like expect a blonde
A blom
job?
job. I have no idea.
I'm gonna keep
Got a
my eye
blom
on this
the
guy. He
first date.
rules.
You got a blom on the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we think? Thank you, AI Heroes, or January 6th, the Joker? These actually both, I think, represent a deeply sick mind from a person
Marvel
who struggles
mindset.
to understand reality.
Yeah.
I'm going with the AI one just because how much time and like legit
It's a
probably
lot.
money because you know you have to buy credits on all those or whatever. Like
Yeah, that's a lot of mid journey money right there.
yeah,
Not gonna
like
lie
this
to you.
guy is committed and he's going to do another 100 new supervillains. Perhaps I got to go with AI.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah, he's too good. He's
Plus
he's
the Jan 6
too
Joker,
amazing.
I agree with him, low key. He's not wrong.
That was a great tweet. Great tweet.
All right, so that's round one. So we can just sort of cook through the last little bit here and wrap up. So I don't need to read them again because it's you already heard them. So what do we think? Metaclit or turn your dead wife into a chat bot?
See, for me, the turn your wife or your dead wife into a chatbot, that one is like, it's a deeply sinister thought. And it represents kind of like a struggle that we're going to be facing in the next like decade or two, or just for forever maybe now. But I feel like yeah, and like it's very unsettling. But I think the Metaclit was just like one of the best main characters of 2023 so far. It was disgusting. It was really funny. She was like going through it. She was replying to everyone. She was DMing like lobies. Like she was talking to everyone. She was just like quintessential main character.
You got to respect the hustle on that one.
Yeah. Thousands of tweets in a day is really something you can't overlook.
You can't deny that. I'm sorry. It's got to be.
Okay, vaccines cause divorce or enslave Dobby?
Enslave Dobby. Going with Dobby.
Yeah.
You guys are loving this Dobby. I
It's funny.
really like vaccines cause divorce.
See, I love that one too, but there's just something really funny.
Yeah, you gotta the mind worm to like be like, oh, vaccines cause divorce versus like actually, maybe slavery was all right. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only a hop, skip, and a jump away from like actually, I think we were onto something back in the day.
It's a slippery slope. First you start with house elves, then you start thinking about
who else?
Don't say field elves.
Come on, Marco.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
You set me up for that one. I had to do something.
It's too
It's too real. My bad. I apologize.
It's too
so, wait, where's that guy? I got to read. I saw the Black Mirror episode that was referencing, and I realized it was insensitive, and I apologize. My bad.
All right, so back to the other side of the bracket here. Gentrifying Saltines or trans Nuremberg rally?
Ooh,
for me,
shit.
I think the trans Nuremberg rally.
Yeah, because it's got a nice little ending where the guy.
Yeah.
It did. It had the
guy
story.
logged off. Yeah, and now he's.
It had a
ruined his
beginning,
life.
middle, and an end. I mean, 3 acts. The Saltines one was more of just like an opaque idea, a sickness that is in the tech industry. I'm going also a trans Nuremberg rally.
Yeah. He walks among us now.
Yeah, he might even be on a new account.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him this dub, and I do want to say you got a dub, trans Nuremberg rally guy. So
Can you imagine just really quick, like this guy's single, he's like on the dating apps again, and he's talking. Maybe he convinces some woman to go get a drink with them. And so, what happened in your last relationship? How'd your last relationship end? How do you bring that up?
It's easier to say, "Yo, I cheated on her." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's literally just easier to say.
I hope Stannis is straight up fucking lying for his own sake.
No, he
that's
should
pretty
just
bad.
do. I mean, I have a lot of respect for the guys who are like, no fatties, no blacks, no and like a number of body count or whatever, because it's like anyone who matches with that, they are not under any false pretenses about what that guy's all about. You have
Maybe he's
matched
one
with
of those guys
exactly
now.
the person he is.
Yeah, he has to be at this point. There's no other route for him.
Yeah. So this next one is stacked, and I'm sorry to do it to us, but it was going to happen. Andrew Tate, half white, half animal, or thank you, AI heroes.
Oh shit.
This is tough.
Amy versus that maniac. Oh. See, on the one hand, like I gotta like my instinct is to go with the AI guy because you love an underdog. Like Amy is a known Twitter maniac. This guy, this is like when a small school gets to the fucking Sweet 16 in March Madness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I agree with that because like that's why I felt conflicted about submitting the Amy Therese one. It's like she's a known quantity. This probably isn't even the worst thing she's ever said.
No,
but
probably
it
not
was
even
just
the
like
first
she
worst
said
thing
this
she said
month.
this year.
Yeah. So it's like
Okay, so I want to
But it
put
was very
so
funny.
I want to put this up against the AI heroes thing in this way. The AI heroes guy, we know now because of Marcos, and I'm really glad that we have him here to confirm this.
All I'm saying is that like I humbly have to step out of this because of a conflict of interest. You know what I'm saying?
conflict of interests.
Yeah, there's a conflict
If you
of interest here.
answer and he hears this, he's gonna kick you out of the group chat.
Oh no, I'm positive I'm probably already in the moment. If he hears this, which I doubt he would, but if he does,
This is behind the paywall. You're
my
fine.
bad, big dog. Yeah, my bad, big dog. Right? I like what you were doing with the slime girls. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The thing about the AI guy is that he clearly has to be doing this. You know what I mean? He's in the AI porn group chats. He's spending hundreds of dollars on Midjourney to make every conceivable thing. He jerked off first, and then he's like, who are my heroes? Who are my villains? How can I continue to engage with this product and what it is?
God
right?
damn it. All right, you sold me.
Yeah.
I'm going AI guy.
I have to as well. He's too
hold
good.
on. Let me keep saying it. Let me contrast this to Amy.
Oh boy.
Amy doesn't need to be doing this. Amy isn't drawn by some animalistic compulsion to do what she does. That guy will make AI art until the heat death of the universe if he has his way. Amy could just walk away from Twitter. She is choosing to say these things publicly. She is going out of... That guy is not going out of his way to make weird AI art. You know what I mean? He's already done it. It's already out there. And he is just trying to make as much of it as he can because of some illness in his mind.
There is. That's the thing. It's like the brain chemistry required to be Amy and to like... I'll just say it like I don't like it when people are mean to me online. I don't like it when people yell at me. I think that's a normal human emotion to dislike that. Amy seems to like roll around it like a pig in a wallow or something like that. She
was cursed by a bog witch, which is why she looks like a bog witch. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of one of those things like I almost feel
I think it's like she killed a bog witch and it's a Santa Claus situation where if you kill Santa you become Santa.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
That's why like where my homie in the AI chat thing guy, like he, in all honesty, he's doing it for the love of the game. He's sick. He's like legitimately deranged. You know what I'm saying? Amy Therese is compelled by some eldritch forces. You know what I'm saying? It's almost not fair, really, when you think
There's
about
something
it.
darker about what Amy does, and there's something purer about what Amy does, because Amy is a poster. The AI guy is an AI guy. Amy posts. That is what she
These are
does.
different art forms. This is like jazz versus classical.
This is tough. This is real tough.
And I'm
now
sorry,
conflicted.
I gotta go Amy here. I didn't vote
Amy?
for her in the last round, but I gotta vote Amy here.
I'm going AI. I just gotta respect that grind set that guy's on.
Sure.
I think okay, so I'm going to come at it through this perspective. This is the worst tweets of the first quarter, and I love the thank you all heroes thread. Like there's a joy, there's a whimsy in that dude's weird AI, like jacking off to the porn to making his heroes. There's like joy there, but the Amy Therese one is just truly evil. Like it is one of the worst tweets. I wouldn't say the heroes AI is like the worst. It's fascinating. I would never do it. It says something about the sickness in his brain, but I don't think it's the worst. So I think I have to cast my vote for Amy Therese as well. What I will say about the AI guy though is I'm really looking forward to whenever we do this next and he has the supervillains list. That might be one of the worst ones.
Yeah.
That
might
will
be a winner.
actually probably be.
And if you tell your friends about this show, there's a possibility that we could be on that list. So spread the word.
Yeah.
So I got to go with Amy here. It's so tight though. This was not an easy one for me.
So-
They're both so good.
I think that's the hardest one so far.
We'll allow
Absolutely.
Marcos to continue to abstain and just ask Alex, what do you think here? What are you thinking?
I mean, if we're going for worst, I mean, I think the AI one, like Juniper said, is fascinating. Like it's really mesmerizing. But for pure horribleness, I mean, it's not even a contest. Amy wins.
Yeah, it's I'm actually switching my vote to make it unanimous. It's true. That's true.
Wow.
But I love
really,
the AI
I
guy.
12 angry men to the whole fucking jury just now.
Well, I am very stupid and swayable, so
All right. Metaclit or enslaved Dobby?
I'm going with enslaved Dobby. I'm riding that one all the way home.
Yeah, that one's a heavy hitter. Because the
It's the same question in a lot of ways, I'm realizing. Metaclit would do this no matter what. That woman came to Twitter to justify slavery for nothing. Metaclit is like in textbooks and shit. The enslaved Dobby lady came out with her whole chest and nobody fucking asked, even a little bit.
Yeah, she was like, J.K. Rowling says slavery is legit, and I'm with her on that one. And like,
I just want to
J.K.
know
Rowling goes,
where
"No."
where they hinted that bad things happened to them in book 4. If you're a Harry Potter fan, mail at westernkabuki.com.
I got it. You got a Harry Potter fan in your midst. Don't you worry.
That's right.
Oh shit.
Winky, she has like a nervous breakdown
Who
because
the fuck is Winky?
she is Barty Crouch's. She's Barty Crouch's elf, and he releases her after she embarrasses him at the Quidditch World Cup. So she goes to work in the kitchens because she's really depressed after. So Hermione helps Winky get freed, and Winky gets really depressed, and then Hermione tries to free all of the house elves in Hogwarts, and then Hagrid patiently explains to her that she is being unreasonable because the elves like to be enslaved.
Classic white women trying to save people.
And then she learns her lesson and she gets Winky a job as a slave for the Hogwarts kitchens.
That is wild.
I have learned something very valuable in the last, let's see, about minute and a half, 2 minutes here, and that is never ask Whack a question about Harry Potter.
I don't know. I feel
It's almost as bad as his cat shit. This is
I mean, I'm impressed with you. Don't get me wrong. That's not an insult. I'm just saying I did not expect that much information. So congratulations.
I have a lot of Harry Potter information. My wife has more. It's our eternal shame. We got once J.K. Rowling started being transphobic, we got rid of a lot of our Harry Potter stuff, and then we had this just one mug that she had really loved for a long time, and she was like, I just feel bad looking at it, and so she chucked it. But yeah, we were big Harry Potter people.
that's
time.
almost as I'm over here thinking that I should be ashamed of being an ex-gooner, but yeah, you got it worse than I do. I'm sorry.
we have an old goon head in the podcast. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Did
that's
you
actually
goon with-
the
did you
genesis
goon with
for
the
Marcos
light?
getting on here.
No,
Was
that
the gooning episode.
I heard your gooning episode, and the entire time I was screaming at the top of my lungs because I'm like, you don't know what it's like. You don't know. you have no idea.
Was there joy in it? Did you goon with joy?
Okay, all right. Gooning is about prolonging pleasure. That's literally what it's about, right? And there's a level up where there's not even there's nothing sexual about it. I don't know how to explain it. There's a mechanicalness to it. There's almost an athleticism where I've been jerking off for 12 hours with my friend, and we're gonna but it's not gay. There's a mental gymnastics.
This is really dark.
Yeah, no, I know.
Less dark.
I know it is. It's sick. It's sick in the head. But you realize that this shit happens. I don't know. The way that it a lot of the other guys that were doing it, here's the real sickness. I was doing this shit sober. Everyone else was high out of their mind. Or do you know what Party and Play is? Or Friends with Tina? Do you know about that stuff?
No.
It's
No.
Okay. there's an entire gay subculture of it's called chemsex, right? Which is the idea is to get as fucked up as possible on any kind of intoxicant and meet strangers to have sex. There's it started out oddly enough in a subversive way in the 70s, where it was kind of hippies that would fuck each other. I don't know how to explain it, but there was an aspect to it where that was there was a libertine thing where they were just trying to experience as much things as possible. I don't know where the fuck it happened, but at some point it just turned into I'm going to self-destruct with as many chemicals as possible while just having the weirdest gay sex imaginable. And so there's a definite undercurrent where you have dudes who their entire vibe is that I'm just fucking and sucking for the next 7 or 8 days because I don't want to go to work. Do you know what I mean? Just absolute crazy people. And I mean, that's why I hung out with all these people, because I grew up in a halfway house kind of situation. And so all these people, all this shit was just normal to me. Having all these fucking psychopaths in my life was just normal. So when I knew about gooning in like 2004, 2005. You know what I mean? Like I knew what a goon house was back then.
Holy shit, dude! Wow,
I was on the cusp of it, right? Like I saw it.
You were leading the culture charge. Yeah.
But like a lot of the reality of it is that like a lot of it is just dudes who are extremely lonely and do not have the proper ability to like have an outlet that is like they don't know how to like talk or be like normal people. And so in their minds, the closest thing they can do to like some kind of normalcy is sexual. In their brain, they're like, I'm doing normal human things. I'm having sex with someone, or I'm like beating my meat off with a friend. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's like a sexual aspect to it. Okay,
no,
yeah,
gotta say that I don't.
your brain, because your brain isn't there. You haven't cooked it yet. You've got so far to go. Man.
I think I get what you're saying. Yeah. No, I totally do.
There's an aspect where dudes literally can't talk or like, but they're like, hey, like I don't know. This is probably not a universal experience. This is probably like just either a me thing or a very slim thing. But in high school, there was a very large swath of dudes that I knew that were always trying to get you to jack off with them in a way that wasn't gay, in a way that they say wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And there was like,
yeah.
And
wait, I knew guys like that too. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, and there was essentially, because at the time you have to like remember, like I grew like 2008 was when I graduated, so like I was in high school from like 2004 to 2008. Like it's being gay openly was not cool. Like it was you were getting fucking beaten up. You were actually, you know what I mean? It was
definitely.
I was a weird outlier because I was openly bisexual, but I was also big as fucking strong. And anyone who said shit to me, I would just beat the fuck out of them. So I was terrifying, right? So like it was cool for me to be like that. And so I like somehow surrounded myself with lots of people that wanted to experiment and explore those kinds of avenues, but didn't know how. And so it manifested in those ways. You know what I'm saying? And then they get addicted because they don't want to like fully commit to like the expression of being gay or exploring their homosexuality or exploring their sexuality just in general. And they end up fucking associating like this release with, you know, just, oh yeah, it's not gay. I'm jacking off with my best friend and we're doing it for 7 or 8 hours. And it's because it's been pent up because they don't do it for months and they have all these gay thoughts and they don't want to think about them. You know what I'm saying? Like there's an aspect that a lot of it is that. And the other half of it is people just getting spun out of their fucking minds on meth and wanting to like, you know what I'm saying? Those are the two types of guys that exist. And then there was me just being like, I'm down to just jack off, man. I like that, right? I'm cool with that. That sounds cool to me.
I think maybe we're gonna have to do a gooning redux.
A return.
My apologies. My bad.
No. I'm serious. I'm not joking around.
Listen, the gooning episode is like a fan favorite, so maybe we'll revisit that community.
Gooning put us on the map. We're not going to forget where we came.
Yeah.
These are
we're not even joking. That was like our first like really big episode.
Yeah. Okay, so we're definitely going with enslaved Dobby there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
After a 10-minute diatribe about
my
gooning.
bad.
No, you're great.
I'm sorry,
You're
I don't
great.
have anything to add to the
it's
boys
fucked up.
conversation.
I'm
That was just
sorry
a
that
great segue. That was a fantastic segue.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we got Trans Nuremberg versus Amy. So what we really have here is posting versus touching grass. This is the ultimate question.
I'm going with Trans Nuremberg.
I have to give it to
which
Amy.
one is touching grass and which one is posting? Amy is posting.
Touching grass is the guy who deleted his account.
Right.
He freed himself.
Okay.
I just feel like Trans Nuremberg Rally is a short. It's like a short play that I got to watch unfold in the course of 2 tweets. Whereas the Andrew Tate thing is just like, oh, that's Amy being Amy.
That's Amy.
Okay, I see where you're coming from here.
I think it would
she's
be,
a never-ending story.
She is, and I think it would be a good look for it to advance this man who deleted his account. And I think also it could, maybe he's going to turn it around. Maybe he gets
he has
off Twitter
a
and
legitimate chance at a happy, normal life by deleting his account. Maybe these are things he doesn't even believe anymore because he's not online.
There's no way that man subbed to fucking Has. He's out there. He's out there with 10 socks right now, and he's smarter. He learned how to fucking post better and not say the quiet part loud. I'm telling you right now. I know this guy. I'm looking at him right now. I know.
Well, let's hope that he did decide to touch grass. Let's hope for a better future. I
am voting for Trans Nuremberg Rally out of hope.
Yeah. This is hope for the future. Trans Nuremberg Rally.
I also want to say about Trans Nuremberg Rally. I didn't want to bring it up before because it was abjectly awful in comparison to some of these other ones, but it is a very the tweet itself is a pretty easy comparison that a lot of conservatives make. These guys have flags, those guys have flags. They're both Nazis. But what makes the Trans Nuremberg Rally so much better is that he got canceled and he took the L. And there's a lot to say about taking an L. And so in the spirit of taking an L, we are putting Trans Nuremberg Rally in the finals against enslaved Dobby.
That never made sense to me, by the way, why people do the conservatives do gay pride or even trans flags are and they do that Nuremberg Rally thing because Nazis were gay and on meth. They were high on meth and having gay sex constantly. And then they were also cross-dressing a lot. Way more than just people trying to do Kabuki. You know what I'm saying? Be oh, I guess no women actors, so we got to dress up. No, they were doing that shit for fun. They were exploring the feminine in that way. Almost as if if we would have let them cook, they would have just done transgenderism at some point. Do you get what I'm saying?
They were Nick Fuentes is the only real Nazi.
Yeah, kind of low key a little bit. What did he say? That having sex with women is gay? That is.
He did. Yes, he did say that. Yeah.
That is. I was mad because I'm I've said that unironically. He's fucking over here stealing my bits, fucking guy.
This is a good top two though. This is an incredible 2 tweets here.
Yeah. So what do we think? Enslaving Dobby, or do we?
I don't know what I actually believe, but I said I was gonna ride. I was gonna ride that enslaving Dobby tweet all the way to the end.
I think I agree with that shit. I think I
do too.
This is a Rorschach test.
I do too.
I think personally, this is my personal opinion. This is a Rorschach test. Which one do you think could you explain away? Do you know what I'm saying? That trans people are Nazis?
I can explain away the Trans Nuremberg Rally.
Right.
I can explain away the Nuremberg Rally one. Okay. I'm sorry, I can.
Yeah, you could defend it. Yeah.
I can defend it. There is a defense to be made for it.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if we need to hear that.
Yeah.
No, certainly not. I'm just saying one exists. It's out there.
It's not one that we endorse, obviously.
Yeah,
obviously. So wait, so what are your guys' votes? Caleb, you said
I'm Dobby.
You're Dobby.
I'm Dobby in it.
Yeah, I think Dobby. Dobby.
Do you remember
Dobby
were
was
both of those your tweets too? The enslaved Dobby. Oh man,
they were both Junipers. Yeah,
I got cooked, but to be fair, I only got 2 of my 4 put in here, and they were started against each other. So
oh shit,
this is
an
unfair competition.
I had to basically not submit any because I deleted a whole folder in my my Google Photos that had all my bad tweets. So next time I'll have more. I do just want to shout out a couple of the honorable mention ones that we didn't. The guy who I really loved this tweet, Caleb. I'm sorry I eliminated it, but the guy who said everything everywhere all at once must be nice if you liked art to ponder, flatter your vanities.
Yeah,
authorize your attitudes, preserve you from exposure to anything that is not a positivist jamboree with the pacifying sucker of pert little morals. So many ready-mades lying in store.
This dude was awesome. That guy was such a wild main character. He was a faux. He was he portrayed himself as an intellectual type dude, and I don't know, that he was an interesting guy to watch.
It was sick to see Griffith on Twitter. He's kind of doing the berserk. It's you know what I'm saying? That that arc for no reason. That you don't you understand? I own you. You know, that was sick.
Yeah.
I love that shit. That shit's sick.
He was
Another
talking,
good one.
He was talking like Sephiroth, basically.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
At any point in an internet debate, somebody's going to start talking like Sephiroth. This is also one that Caleb's that got removed. This was Keanu Reeves would totally shit himself if anyone actually tried to kill him, let alone thousands of evil hitmen. He's just a makeup-wearing salesman, and what he's selling are lies. Violence isn't sexy, death isn't sexy, and karma won't get you. Keanu, try telling the truth.
I agree with it 100%.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
By the way, that was
there.
part of a longer conversation that she was having. Not even in a thread. She just kept posting about it for a long time because
It's way better without the context.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was the same thing. It was just her like doubling and tripling down on it. But it was so funny because people were like, "Well, Keanu like actually trains like martial arts, and he like." Takes John Wick stuff. I didn't know this, but I learned through this, but he like I guess does like firearms training and stuff for the John Wick movies as well. And she was like, it doesn't matter. Like he blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, well, of course he like if somebody tried to kill him, he wouldn't like it. He's an actor. I don't know what you're trying to say here, Anyway. But we shouldn't name her at, but if you saw that tweet, I will say she is worth following up on and taking a look.
Yes.
I have her profile. I don't follow her, but I have her on a list. So
And without reading any of these other tweets, I'll just honestly just mention them. They will probably come up later as part of the reason that I didn't put them on the thing now. One is DC Drano's tweet about Bud Light. DC Drano is in the top 10 of most influential Twitter accounts, which is concerning. But he is like followed by all the big accounts, Cat Turd, Elon, all them. And yeah, he's not a good person at all. And he just made a whole transphobic thing about how he's not buying Bud Light anymore. Then we've got Elon Musk changed the name of Twitter today. And apparently their building lease said that the name Twitter had to be on the outside. So he covered the W. So now it says Titter.
That.
Oh, okay.
Basically, all the most annoying people work at Twitter now. Like it's like everyone that is basically like little Elons all work at Twitter now, and they're all Reddit. They're all soy. They're all horrible.
Why wouldn't he just like if I'm mad that he didn't go further? You know what I'm saying? Just make it say tit. That would have been so much
honestly,
funnier.
why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, just say
why not?
it's
If you
That
want to
would've
know
been
the
hell yeah,
honest
dude.
truth as to why he didn't do that, it's because a year and a half, 2 years ago, some weird freak on Twitter said to him, "Hey, you should buy the company and rename it Titter." And he was like, haha, crying, laughing at emoji.
That is
And
insane.
since-
That is
And
worse.
since he doesn't know how jokes work, he
just
thinks
did
that
it.
2 years later it's still funny, and that poor weirdo who gave the suggestion is super into it.
Yeah, he's like, 2 years ago, I laughed at a very funny meme that someone had sent to me. And, it took lots of iterations to figure out how to rename the sign, and we decided on making it say dick.
Mr. Musk, I didn't realize you had joined the call. So I appreciate
That's
it.
a pretty
working
good
on that one for a
impression, I
hot
gotta
minute.
say.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's a good impression, honestly.
The other one is from our. I say our. I don't know if you guys feel this way. The sworn enemy of myself and the man I hate probably more than any other person alive, Sneeko. He tweeted a string of DMs that one of his sycophantic fans had sent him. That was like, I'm battling cancer. I'm gonna kick the shit out of this fucking cancer. I'm gonna do it just to keep you, just so you know I'm a fucking alpha. And then like months later, he's like, just watch me. I'm still taking on this bitch. I'm gonna fucking kill this cancer. And then he's like, just killed it, bro. And then Sneeko just posted the screenshot, but the screenshot is all of the DMs, and they show that he never responded. So he didn't respond to the guy until he beat the cancer.
It never even
He
shows
wasn't
him
gonna-
having responded. Like, we don't know that he
Did not.
responded
It shows the dates after each time there's a response. So
Yeah.
Sneeko didn't reply.
Right.
Well, he wasn't going to tweet that in case like the guy died, because then he'd look like he would lose.
Yeah,
Why
listen,
not just
that's
reply
a
to the
L.
guy and say, "Stay strong, brother," or whatever?
Yeah,
what
good
the
luck.
fuck
Because
is
he'd
wrong
still
with
lose.
you?
He's a sicko. Really, we know he's a true sicko. He's just one of the worst types of guys.
And the other two that I skipped here are the transphobe with the small penis who kept on saying he has a small
Yeah, this
penis on
one's very
purpose
funny.
to
This
own
one
the
was one of mine.
transes.
Listen,
That
hey,
guy was annoying.
having a small dick, it's a point of pride. All right, I don't know. I don't know why this guy's over here giving us small dick guys a name, bad name over here.
And Scott Adams saying that he identifies as black.
that
was
rocked
the other
actually.
one.
I love
That was good.
Totally
That
forgot
high
about
key
that.
So
rock.
fucking crazy.
that high key rocked. I was like, yes.
I genuinely forgot about that one. That is one of just the most incredible.
Yeah,
Like,
even as I was like looking at it here, I was like, I really probably should have put that on the bracket. Maybe we'll throw it in.
Rachel
Maybe we'll throw it in
Dilbert
next time.
Zoll.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. There it is, right there.
Scott Adams. I love that.
all right,
dude.
all right,
Yeah.
Marcos. Where can the people find you? It's 11 o'clock my time. So
yeah, my
let's,
apologies. I am on Twitter at Ainter Show. I have a podcast called The Ain't Shit Show. We try and post every Sundays. I don't know how to really explain it. It's like it's a deep view in my life with my homies, and we hang out and we talk a lot of shit about a lot of shit. You can give us $1 at our Patreon, which is patreon.com/thehomiecollective. You can give us $1 to support the pod
them.
or do all kinds of whatever you want. Honestly, we put stuff up there. It's not regular because I have a job and everyone else in the pod has a job too. But support your homies. Love your homies.
Honestly, it's a really good hang. That's what that show is. It's just a good hang.
Yeah.
Represents homieism quite well. It sounds
Yes.
like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you can follow us at Western Kabuki, Wack Nicholson, Juniper, Bird, Respecter. Thank you so much for listening and subscribing to the Patreon. Don't spoil the ending so that people listen, so that people join us behind the paywall, so that people pay us. Thank you. We love you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.